Hiya, Cosmic Cat here. We are going to do a general reading for the collective, and we do have Source here with us at this time. If you would like to call up any of your ancestors or spirit guides, now is the time to do so, to allow them in. Only spirits of the highest, purest vibration and light are welcome in this space. Archangel Michael is here with us today, and we are going to see what they have for us. What is the communication? There have been some things that have been very similar in the readings lately, but we're going to see what do they want us to know at this time. Okay, what's going on for our overall energy in space? And I'm very excited. This is a new deck I just received. It's a serpent deck. It's the one I first ordered and was sent the wrong one, and she actually made it up to me by sending me the proper deck. And I love that. Okay, and we're going to pull from our crow deck here. I got this deck in Sedona. If you have not ever visited Sedona, I highly recommend going. Okay, let's see what our overall energy is. Ha! The Queen! You are the Queen. 11. 11 could be significant. 11 is also the Justice card in the Major Arcana. That means something to someone here. Please, if you'd like to share your story below, please do so. The queen bee, the one with all the honey, and the moon that you can grab and reach and hold. If your birthstone is ruby, this is definitely for you. We have a serpent here. This is the year of the snake, the serpent. It also looks like the all-seeing eye is a download I just received. Then we have this purity, this white, beautiful flower budding with gold energy, which I also think stands for purity. White flowers definitely stand for pure, stands for peace, purity. Gold is abundance. It stands for, it also could be, stand for being regal, for being a leader, the queen. So this shows that your energy that you're embracing is of a queen. You are realizing that the queen lives inside you. That's what I just heard. The queen lives inside you. And your root chakra is getting active. And I love that I have this huge, massive red jasper here for this reading. I've had this piece for over 20 years, and I just absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. It's very grounding, very earthy energy, red jasper, protection. Okay, let's see what else we have. The serpent sacred protection. Wow, a lot of affirmations for this year. A lot of letting go and shedding of skin that I'm feeling with this. Okay, so find safety with the serpent's sacred protection. The serpent's sacred protection symbolizes the divine shield that safeguards against harm. It represents the energy that ensures safety and well-being in spiritual and physical realms. So you're being enlightened. You're being enlightened, and you kind of have that question in the back of your mind, like, because it's something you've never seen before or witnessed before or felt before. You have that question of like, is this okay? Is this something, is this witchery? You're subliminally probably with maybe some old shedding of letting go. But many of you have not even questioned it at all. You're way past that. You've embraced the queen energy, the willpower, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus are all balanced. Yeah, or they're all being balanced at this time with the serpent. Maybe this is the year of the snake, so or the snake could be your own, your own. Yes, that's definitely, some of you are the year of the snake. This is your year, and this year is going to be a lot of transformations, a lot of transformations. So it's important for you to trust the process at this time. And look at this, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles on your horse here, holding that pentacle. I kind of get a sense of contemplation here. Knights are typically on the move. They're forward. They're moving forward. They're looking a little bit into the future. The horses typically aren't just standing still. With this knight standing still, there's a sense of like you're contemplating on if you want to stay grounded at this time, or if you do want to move forward in these poppies. Okay, so some of you are actually embracing the moment because you feel the presence of a lost loved one in this field at this time. And maybe by looking at this card, you're feeling that now. Allow yourself to feel whatever feelings you have and whoever is coming to you. And allow any psychic abilities that you're starting to manifest or that you're starting to feel, allow them to come through for you. Whether any kind of clair that it is, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience. There's so many clairs. There's scents that you can smell. There's visions that you can receive. There's downloads that you can get. That's just a sense of knowing, a premonition. There's so many ways that you can be getting messages. And there's messages given to us through coins. You find a coin on the ground, or even a button. Even a button. I found the most beautiful gold button on the ground, and it had a deer on it. And it was a very meaningful message for me. It reminded me to have unconditional love for myself and to know that spirit is always with me. And they send messages those ways. Coins, feathers, birds, animals, squirrels, like every day-to-day animals, and even some that you don't see all the time. Skunks, like all kind of crows, horses. There's so many ways that they send messages to us every day. Okay, and now we have the Eight of Pentacles, a lot of earth energy and a lot of in the ground groundedness. You're working diligently. Look at all of the work you've done. You're working really hard towards something here. 8 could be significant. 8 is also the infinity symbol. 8 is also the infinity symbol. Oh, and we have Knight of Swords. Yes, okay. Yeah, victory. You're very clear on where you're going and what you're doing. And see, there's a difference here of, you know, this is very earthly and material. This is making me feel like this is you and your peace and how to have peace for yourself after the loss of a loved one. And now that you know that they're still with you, and now that you know how to connect to them beyond this planet, now you have this fast moving, okay, I'm being guided to go here. Okay, my intuition is telling me this. And you have your Knight of Swords here, and you're making it. You're doing it. You're moving forward in a fast motion toward a goal, toward success, toward a dream. You're very clear on this vision, so you know what this is. Please share in the comments below what this vision is that you are on your way to, or maybe perhaps you've already embraced it. Maybe it's one that you've already embraced. So let's pull. Okay, let's pull from our Mystic Sisters deck and see what we get. Persephone. Persephone, I'm not sure if I've said her name right, but I do think she is the goddess of summer. I will check and make sure. It looks as though she might rule the dead, rule the spirits that, you know, rise, that go up. She's on her throne, and there's all of these skulls here. And skulls were worshipped back in the day. Skulls were kept, they were sacred. Also, if you can see, there's a triangle shape on these noses, which is also, if you believe in sacred geometry or learning about that, sacred geometry is a very big part of this world. And her being right underneath of the queen couldn't be any better. I mean, really. Okay, so let me read this to you. I will read from the guidebook. Resilience, adjustments, faith. Persephone is the queen of the underworld, the guardian of the dead, and the daughter of the harvest goddess Demeter. One day when young Persephone was picking flowers, Hades, the lord of the underworld, saw her and became overwhelmed with desire. He abducted her and brought her back to the underworld. He then offered her a pomegranate. Having eaten the fruit of the dead, she became bound to him forever. She would ever after rule over the underworld for 3 winter months of the year and would return in the spring to be with Demeter. She symbolizes the unconscious and hidden reality that is full of riches and promises. She reminds us of our resilience in the face of a challenge. Her message is to trust that you have the resources within to make the most of any situation if you allow yourself to access them. Allow yourself to access them. So yeah, she became the guardian of the dead after being tricked by Demeter. She was actually just picking flowers and was abducted, and now so she rules over the underworld for 3 winter months of the year and returns to spring. So in spring, so she will come in spring. I see. Okay, because Saint Bridget marks the halfway point, and Persephone doesn't mark summer. She actually marks spring. So it's all about resilience, adjustments, and faith. Resilience, adjustments, and faith. Having that faith. Having that faith. Okay, so let's pull. We're going to pull from our Green Witch deck. Feeling that coming on. Let's see what we got for this message. St. John's wort. St. John's wort. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, St. John's wort, one of the things it's good for is depression. So if you have been depressed, and it's right under protection too. So maybe if you do not grow St. John's wort, if you haven't ever, maybe this is the year to actually plant some St. John's wort near the front of your door, like a landscaping bed in front of your door or in the back, somewhere around the home that gets a lot of sun, so that it can protect you, but also it draws in a lot of beautiful pollinators. Like it draws in, it'll draw in not just butterflies, but also bees. And I think that they smell really, really sweet. I think St. John's wort smells. The flowers look absolutely stunning. I'm looking to see if there's any extra that I could get for this. I am not seeing it. Usually if I don't see it, it's not meant for me to talk about. The St. John's wort is another, oh, it's one of the greatest sun plants. There you go. Yeah, it sheds light on even the deepest darkness. It brings summer with it. Just rub its yellow petals between your fingers and watch them stain ruby red, like the oil obtained from the plant, as red as life. An antidepressant, it can combat sadness and inner darkness, which we talked about. Also known to ward off evil spirits. It keeps negative energy at bay and whispers to you that light shines even where the shadow is darkest. Oh, that's profound. St. John's wort. It keeps negative energy at bay and whispers to you that light shines even where the shadow is darkest. So that's very significant. Yeah, Spirit is clearly trying to guide you ways that you can improve your spring and summer months by making sure that in your life, because if you have been depressed, if you have felt the need to have some protection, if you do feel like there's energies or people out there that are not, that maybe are acting as though they are, you know, backstabbers, those that are insecure, those that have low self-esteem, or, you know, gossip, or still on the denser energy side, anything of that nature. You know, there's a lot more to it. Those are external. So it's good for you to learn your internal so that you learn what is yours and what is not yours, so that you can detach from those feelings and not take other feelings on. Because if you don't take those feelings on and you acknowledge that they're outside of you, that they're not yours, then it's a lot easier for you to keep it separated and detached from who you are and from your sense of well-being. So your depression, like if you're depressed because someone else views you or sees you in a way, or some sort of gossip is talked about you, that isn't yours, and that's not your opinion, and that's not how you feel, and only you know yourself. And you know, this you still want to take responsibility for your actions, but what they're speaking of, or what the word is out on the street about you, is incorrect and is only one side of the coin, one side of the story. It's not necessarily the truth, because typically, you know, we all have our own perspective and our own truth about interactions when we have with people. Now, clearly, if there's an action being done onto somebody, like if you hit somebody, then that's clearly something that you need to take responsibility for, or vice versa, that person really, it really needs to take responsibility for and apologize for. But if they don't, that's also, again, something separate that you must work through for yourself. And you may have to go into the underworld to do that deep work, to do the deep shadow work within yourself, to know that, to work through forgiving them, even though they did something that was not kind to you, to have compassion in your heart for someone that lives a life like that, because you're probably not the first person they've done this to. You know, whether it's manipulation or a physical hit on you, or gossip that isn't true and they don't even know what they're saying because they weren't even there. You know, things like that can weigh on people and bring them down. Like if that's, you know, you want to remove yourself from those denser energies, and you've done really well by calling on the sacred protection by the feminine serpent, who's ready this year. She's ready to help you gain a different perspective with this. Yeah, and safety is very important for you because maybe you haven't had those boundaries. Yeah, some of you have struggled with boundaries and struggled with relationships. And this is all opportunity here. Like here, it's almost like you're biting, you don't know what to say. There's a boundary. Want to have a boundary here. So, I mean, the ones that aren't mourning someone, the ones that are like just looking into this, you have the protection. You're a queen. You have the queen energy. You have 11, 1, 1, which is ones are all about the self. It's all about you. It is all about you. And that is not a conceited thing. It's all about you, as in, it's all about what do you want. You're finally now at the spot to where you can actually ask yourself, what do you want? And why do you want it? And that is like, that's wonderful. You're finally actually living a life that is authentic and pure to you and true to you. Because many times, we live our lives without even asking these questions. We just grow up like, okay, I go to school, I get a diploma, I get a job, or I go to college, I learn a skill trade, I do this, and then I work this way for the rest of my life because that's what the society tells me to do. And you really just, you kind of become a mechanical robot in life at times, and you're not really sure why you're doing these things. You're just doing them because you were told to do them. It's kind of like not questioning religion, not questioning the fact of why is a serpent looked at in a negative connotation or to be feared? Why is the number 13 to be feared? Why is the underworld to be feared? These things are very much with us. It's just like the ego. The ego is within us, and we all have egos. We can't make those egos disappear. They're going to be with us forever. So it doesn't mean that we want to flaunt them or that we want to hide them. It means that it's very important for us to recognize that we have our ego and to when our ego is popping up. And it takes practice too. So be gentle with yourself. That's another message I just received. Be gentle with yourself while you're on this journey and this path of, light, enlightening. And enlightening you are, as I look at all of this purple here, you're definitely your third eye. Your third eye is active. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, and we're going to go with the camel. Okay. Be forbearing and patient. So, the camel, be forbearing and patient. Archangel Hophiel. Archangel Hophiel keeps coming in. Archangel Hophiel and the camel also came and popped up in a recent reading as well. I'm not sure which day, but the Archangel Hophiel is wanting to really help us get through this year because there's a lot of transitionings. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of like reflecting, mourning, of standing in our power, of working, diligently working toward a goal and listening to our gut and following the clarity, the clear message we're getting to like do this, go this way, that's exactly what you want to do. To doing the tiny little things of like planting a seed so that you can get this flower, this St. John's wort, which is also medicinal. It's so all of the things that this beautiful plant, this flower can give to you and provide for you is just unbelievable. The fact that it can, we started talking about it and it was depression that it helped with, but then we realized, okay, well, it wards off evil spirits too. Okay. I mean, I wasn't even aware of that when I was telling you to put it somewhere around your front of your house or the back of your house. I just was guided when I told you that. But then after reading the message, it makes complete sense, especially if you feel like there's denser energies or entities within your home that are not welcome. Archangel Michael is definitely someone to call upon to help protect you and your home and to only allow higher vibration, pure light energies into your space. That is it. You know, if you feel like you have energies in your home, you can also call in Saint Germain, the violet flame, who can also help you, and he can take you. If you can see them, you can also just lift them up to the violet flame, but you can also just simply ask him. If you feel like you're tired all the time, you're really low energy, you feel heavy or weighed down, and it's only when you're at home, placing a piece of selenite stone crystal above your door, your front door and your back door, is going to help you. That helps as an extra protection. But also doing something like this, and also calling in certain archangels and learning about them, and calling them in to help you. They want to protect you. They want to help you. And the Divine Mother is definitely here. So something is going to happen in this springtime. This spring feels like that this spring is going to be very different for you. I don't know how, or in what way. Please share with me below how this spring is going to be different for you, because some of you definitely know that it's going to be different, like a huge transformation that you've went through, and you've called in protection for this, and the Sacred Mother is protecting you on your journey. Yeah. And Archangel Hophiel. So the camels are very wise. They're also patient. They're all about getting to the golden age, which it's going to take a while to get there. But yeah, they also transfer lower frequencies into light, just like Saint Germain. So that's interesting that I was just talking about Saint Germain, and then I just saw this message that, yeah, camels also do this. They also do this. It's a blessing to receive this card, because it suggests that you hold golden wisdom in your divine blueprint, and that in your life plan, you have contracted to share this with humanity. Yeah. It really calls you to practice patience, forbearance, and humility. And it's normal if you feel ahead of your time. That is normal. Stay balanced in all that you do. Stay balanced within yourself. Like I was talking about earlier, about not getting caught up in what others think, or what others see, or how others feel about what you do. It's very important to stay balanced in what you believe in, and in what you are doing in your spiritual practice, in your world, and in your day-to-day. Because many will sense the light that you carry and will react to it differently. So it's just important for you to stay in balance to whatever is happening around you. Yeah. Visualize a golden sparkling light around you and call on Archangel Hophiel. That is the angel of wisdom. And she will help you attune to your true self. And then expect the deep knowing held in your soul to start coming forward. Yeah, I would suggest, so many of you have already planted this seed, but it is also time for some of you to plant this seed and to allow that to flow in. Allow what happens to flow in and through you. Look at the camel's eyes. It's like the camel is meditating and just waiting there. Let's pull a positive card here for today. Oh, you guys, come on, give me just one. Here we go. You've only got 3 choices in life: give up, give in, or give it all you've got. 3 choices, you guys. 3 choices. Give up, give in, or give it all you got. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we're going to pull from one more tarot deck just to close out the reading. This is a beautiful journey. I mean, you're doing a lot of work, and you're being honored, and you're being protected because you've learned the steps to take. You've learned the steps that you needed to take in order to, so it's like on your path here, and now you're learning, this is the message that they want to share with you. They want you to keep going. They want you to stay grounded and I mean, if you have to visit the underworld, know that that's part of the process, and know that in the springtime, that's when things bloom, and that's when life, it's kind of like a death and rebirth. Every year in the winter, things die. They look dead. Sometimes things look really dead, and they don't look like they're going to come back. And then all of a sudden, you see that beautiful little bud. You see that beautiful little bud come out, and it just brings joy to your heart. And yeah, plant the St. John's wort. Plant that St. John's wort seed somewhere. And if you can't plant it anywhere, go visit it somewhere. Find it somewhere. And if you happen to see it out after this reading, that's an affirmation. Be aware of what you smell at that time, what you're thinking at that time, and any messages that you get further around this, because that is another way that Spirit will connect with you, and it's very beautiful. And look at this. We have the 7 of Pentacles. The 7. And here you are again. It's almost like a cherry tree. You're tending to your garden. So many of you are gardeners. Many of you are new gardeners. Maybe it's time to plant a tree, or just a seed. A seed. Plant a seed to allow a new you to evolve. It'll be okay. You are being protected by angels, and you have all your tools here. You're very grounded. You're very grounded. You have air, but you have a lot of earth, a lot of grounding, which means, to me, this tells me you have Mother Gaia is with you, closely with you. And the Queen, I mean, yeah, it's the Justice in the major arcana, but the Queen also gives a sense of the Empress as well. The Empress energy. That is the message I have for you today. I hope this resonates for you. Please feel free to comment, to share your story, to let me know where you're at on this path and this journey, and what resonated for you, with you, what lifts you up, what makes sense to you. If you happen to grow this, or if you already planned on doing it this year, or if you needed some ideas and now Spirit has guided you to plant that in the spring. Yeah, this is a beautiful reading. We could use, we could use some fire or some water. But, yeah, this is still wonderful. The fact that you had the camel, the sacredness of the camel, and you have this confirmation about spring. You also have protection here. Very powerful. Very powerful. You have 2 knights, so there's definitely forward movement. You're not stopping, is what I'm getting. You're not going to give up on this. You're going to keep going. And that makes me very happy. Very happy. All right. Well, have a cosmic day, and tonight, meow. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and maybe share with a friend. Until next time, bye ya.